2 bags of our tortellinis. I'm next coming in with about 1 pound of our par-cooked ground beef for this easy crock pot meal. In addition to our ground beef and our tortellinis, I'm gonna come in with our red enchilada sauce. You could also do the green enchilada sauce. You could also do a ground turkey, a ground chicken. You could even do like a chorizo or something here, totally up to you. And I'm doing the 3 cheese tortellini, which is one of my favorite tortellinis. But again, you could do any kind of tortellinis you'd like. I'm gonna go in with half of a white onion. I really just kind of rough chop this because this is really gonna sweat down and those are really gonna get simmered beautifully in our slow cooker for this delicious recipe. I'm also gonna be coming in with our Mexican style rotel. You can do any variety of rotel. I did keep the juice in there as well. I love the Mexican style rotel. It plays so nicely with our enchilada sauce, our onions, and our ground beef. And because I like everything very, very spicy, I have some jalapenos that I, again, just rough chopped. I love adding these jalapenos. They cook down so nicely and add a fresh kick to our delicious crock pot. You could obviously do a bell pepper if you didn't want to do too spicy, but I love the addition of these fresh jalapenos. You could also do a pickle jalapeno if you'd like to, no pressure. In addition, we're gonna come in with one of my favorite seasonings, which is the Old El Paso. I like using the 25 less sodium just because we get a lot of salt from that enchilada sauce and because we seasoned our ground beef. So I'm just going in with that 25% less sodium taco seasoning. You could also do a garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cumin, whatever your heart desires. But these packets are so convenient. I'm pretty sure they're like 99 cents nowadays too. All right, and we wanna make sure that we cook those noodles. So I have just our veggie stock. You could also do a beef, a chicken, whatever your heart desires. But I love a good veggie stock, especially with all those tomatoes, our jalapenos, our onions. And we are gonna go in with maybe about half of that container, because remember, we do have that enchilada sauce also in there. All right, now that we have everything in our crock pot, I'm just gonna come in. I really wanna make sure that we get that seasoning well combined with our ground beef, all of our tortellinis, our enchilada sauce, our rotel. Oh, this is already smelling so savory and spicy. All right, now that we have everything super well combined, kind of tuck those tortellinis in because we want to create some moisture, make sure those get nice and cooked. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab our beautiful lid. We're gonna pop our lid on, make sure she's on nice and tight. Perfect. And then we are just gonna cook this on high for 2 to 4 hours. Okay, moment of truth. We're gonna turn off our crock pot, our delicious enchilada tortellini. Oh, crock pot meal is complete. It's been about 2.5 hours on high. I'm gonna go right on in. Oh my gosh, it smells spicy. It's nice and thick, just how we want it. I didn't want it to be too soupy. All of that meat is perfectly cooked because remember we did a par kind of sear on it. Those tortellinis, the mini ones were perfect for this. So they get nice and cooked through. We have big portions of jalapenos and our onions, but we are not done yet, folks. Now that we have that nice and stirred and kind of uncovered, I'm gonna come in with our Fiesta blend, which is the same as a Mexican blend, of that cheese right on top while it's still hot. That's the important part because we want it to be all nice and gooey and melty when we take this to our potluck. And then I'm also gonna be coming in with a dollop of our Daisy sour cream. You could also do a Greek yogurt here if you wanted a little more protein, but I just go with our simple little Daisy dollop. Go right in the center. Oh, you cannot tell me this is not shaping up to be an amazing crock pot dinner. And then, of course, I don't like having any kind of Mexican or Spanish dish without some cilantro. Just added a little cilantro, a little green. You could also do a dried cilantro inside your crock pot when you make this recipe, but I love the fresh. I think it's so delicious, but I know for some people it tastes like soap. So totally a preference. We're just going in with a touch of that cilantro. Oh, the cheese is starting to melt. That is looking absolutely amazing. Obviously, you could do the cheese, the sour cream, and the cilantro on the side if you wanted once you get to your potluck. But oh, look at that. Oh, she's beauty and she's grace. All right, we're going right on in. I want to make sure we get some of that cheese. I want to make sure we get some of that cilantro and, of course, some of that sour cream. Boom. Boom. Look at how delicious that is. Super easy, super cheesy, and very delicious. All right, I wanna get the perfect bite. It's gonna be super, super hot, perfect for your potluck. You gotta give this a try.